So I thought about making this video, but I know there's people out there that want to see the grave site location and the headstone. The headstone's not there. I'll get into that in a second. But even Scott, and there's a lot of people that I've done it. I don't think I've done a video. Oh yeah, I did Kobe's grave site. I've been to a lot. I've been to Al Pacino's. Bob Ross is here in Florida. So I've been to a lot of grave sites. It's actually probably one of the things that I started doing with my kids a long time ago, but I'd have to sit there and think about the ones that I've been to, and I know Adam used to go to them, or he went to a lot too. So I actually live in St. Cloud, and we're going to drive over there from my house, which is, his grave is maybe 7 minutes away. Usually I use GPS on everything, but I've lived here for so long, so I know exactly where it is. And then online it shows the plot location. We just went to, where did I go? I know Al Pacino's is outside of Chicago. Is that Al Pacino? No, is it? I'll have to look. I think Al Pacino, no, not him. Who's the mob guy in Chicago? That he died here, I think, in Miami. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the movies I'm saying Al Pacino. There's a famous mob person. Do you know what I'm talking about? What are the biggest mob people you know? You don't know? I can't believe I can't think of it. But I'll think of it. I'll look it up in a second. But anyways, when I went to his grave, it was really hard to find. And some of them are really hard to find. We went to, I was actually watching German in Venice and Scott. They both went to Forest Lawn in California. And I'm from Ventura. I grew up in Thousand Oaks, but I've never really been out to grave sites out there. But we went to LA a couple times last year, and my son, he likes to go to those locations. So we actually went to Forest Lawn over by the Smokehouse and the Warner Brothers lot. And when we drove in, I didn't realize there was two Forest Lawns. So we actually didn't go look for anybody in that location because we were specifically looking for Michael Jackson. And then I know that Adam said Walt Disney was buried at Forest Lawn, but it's actually the other location. So we drove over there, and it was kind of hard to find, especially if it's really big. So if you're looking for a grave site, they're online. I think I went to one in Tennessee, and that was actually a cool site. I didn't start filming until about a year and a half ago. So when I went to this location in Tennessee, it was the female pitcher that struck out, I think, Babe Ruth and somebody else, and you guys can look it up, but she's buried there in Tennessee. And so anyways, my point is that this location, this cemetery in St. Cloud's a pretty small town, and there aren't a lot of people who live here. It just started growing in the last 10-15 years, but this location, it's pretty small, but I've seen pictures of his gravesite, so it shouldn't be hard to find. He doesn't have the headstone. So the reason he doesn't have a headstone, which I didn't really know, because my grandma died a few years ago, and when we went to her funeral, the headstone was already there, but it was because she's had a couple daughters that died around birth, and so she had already made and buried them there in Culver, Indiana. We actually just went to it this summer, but she had the headstone at hers, but I didn't know that it took a while to make the headstone. I mean, obviously we've seen Back to the Future, and the headstones change pretty quickly, but that's a little movie magic. But so today I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt. I didn't even realize this. It was weird because we saw Scott on tape at German in Venice, and when I went to work that morning, I was wearing my Back to the Future shirt. Totally didn't expect to see them at the park, and then so when I went and saw them and took a picture with them in my last video, I was wearing that shirt. So last night, I just threw on a shirt, and it happened to be this one. So the reason that it's an appropriate t-shirt is because Adam's last video, he was walking around with the Grinch. So we're driving through St. Cloud right now, and we're heading over. I think I'm on Nolte right now. Yes, I'm on Nolte. I live off of Nolte, so I'm on Nolte, and I'm turning down Old Hickory Tree, and then I believe I'm going to take this across 192, and then so Mount Peace Cemetery is actually by the lakefront, in St. Cloud, but it's over near Narcoossee. I used to live about 4 or 5 years ago. I used to live off of Narcoossee, so I used to drive past that cemetery almost daily. So that's another weird thing. I know when I met Scott and I was telling him, my name's Adam, I live in St. Cloud. I was telling Scott, my kid plays hockey, and he played for a team from Toronto this summer, so there's like a lot of facts that are, or not facts, well, facts, but I guess kind of, yeah, weird things that are connecting. So, but anyways, I know people want to see this location, and I don't get monetized on my videos, so that's probably a good thing too, because I've put videos up the last couple days. The one video I put up was just, I didn't really think about it. It had a lot of views, but it wasn't really my intention, because I know people want to see it. It's just something, I've been doing this for a while, so it's not something I do. And so this video will probably get a lot of views, but definitely not my intention. I'm not getting paid or anything, so I know just people want to see this location. I haven't been there to go into that. I'm about a couple minutes away, but to go into Adam, I kind of told them that we watch his videos daily, so it was kind of like a staple, what I do every day. So for us to not watch Adam every day, now we watch reruns and things over and thinking Back to the Future, like, what's a rerun, right? But you guys should know by now what a rerun is. But Adam has so many videos, so it's one of the reasons I make videos, because I go do a lot of things, and so it's good to document for posterity, because maybe someday somebody wants to go back and watch these videos. But so I'm on 192 and Old Hickory Tree. I'm actually going to take a right here. I don't know exactly by heart all the roads here, but I'm going to go the way that I know, so that way I go into the entrance without, because there's some roads that are back here that are T roads, and they get blocked off, so I don't want to get blocked off, but I know exactly how to get there just going this way. So I'm going to go down to Narcoossee on 192 heading towards Melbourne, and then I'm going to take a left on Narcoossee, and then the first light that is behind, well, it used to be a Winn-Dixie, so I don't know if it's a Winn-Dixie anymore. So I think they closed not too long ago. I don't live down this way, so I don't go this way often. There used to be an AutoZone right here. There still is. So yeah, at this light, I'm going to turn left. And then right behind this shopping plaza, I'm going to turn left again, and that will be the road that Mount Peace is on. Also, I'll show you guys when I get out. I know a lot of people that know me don't watch these videos, but the people that know me know I'm not a fan of Crocs. It's well known. I just don't like the shape of the shoe. I'm actually, and I talked to German in Venice. My last name is German, and I actually went to Germany when I was in the Army. I got hurt in Iraq and went to Germany, and I bought a pair of Birkenstocks because they were from there. And I wore them a few times. I gave them to my kid eventually. He's in high school now, but I like the Birkenstocks. They're not too bad. They're a little bit more, I don't know the word, classier, I guess. So when the whole Croc thing came out, Crocs are for boating, people that go out on docks and stuff. I just don't like the shape of the shoe. So I'm a sneaker guy. I love sneakers, but Crocs, I would never wear Crocs. But when they came out with certain Crocs, you guys will see the Crocs I have on. So it's the first time I'm wearing them. I got them for Christmas, but I don't normally wear Crocs. Actually, it's the first time, so I don't ever wear Crocs. But I thought it was appropriate, these that I wear. I think Adam would enjoy the fact that I was wearing Crocs today. So I'm going to turn the video off, and then I'll turn it back on when we drive in. But this is the intersection, Hickory Tree and 192. Well, I don't know why. Oh, maybe it turns into Hickory Tree, but this turns into Narcoossee. So, okay, so I just turned on East 10th Street, just off of Narcoossee. So again, oh, okay, well, let's go back. When my kid was in elementary, I think, he was in a thing called, not Odyssey the Mind, something else. But he actually came out to this cemetery and did a performance. I don't know if I have the video, I'll put it in here. But I guess I have been here before. I drive by it all the time, but I actually have never been inside besides that one time. And I know there's a lot of people here that were in, I think, like the Civil War, a lot of veterans and things like that. This is an older cemetery, so, but it's really visible from the street. It's on the street, so you turn in from here. Okay, so I drove down about 30 seconds or so, and now I'm here. So this is the cemetery. It's on the corner of Crawford and East 10th. I'm going to turn in off of this road. Yeah, I'm going to turn in right here. Yeah, it's open. So again, I don't know where it's at, but since the funeral, and he was just laid to rest recently, it should be easier to find. I mean, we've all seen the pictures and everything, so. And he doesn't have a headstone, but let's see. Yeah, that's where he did his performance, was on that concrete area where they sang. I don't even remember the songs that they sang, but so let's see. That might be it over there. Are they doing a funeral today? Let's ask this. I'm gonna ask this. Okay, so I talked to the guy here, and he said to go out of this area, because like I said, I live here, but I have not been over here. But he said make a right, go out of here, go to Rosedale, and then it's section K. So we're going to drive out of here. Yeah, the flagpoles up here with the American flags, they have the sections on it. So if you're coming from Narcoossee, it's on the right side. I didn't know this cemetery was sectioned like this. Like I said, I've only been on this side when my kid did his performance, I guess, where they sang and everything. So he said Rosedale, though. Is that Rosedale? Oh, okay. So we're gonna cross this road. Just be careful this road too. There's a lot of people at speed on this road. It's a back road in a sense. It's kind of hard to see out of here. Alright, so we cross here. Section E. Turn the camera off because a couple people are over there. Okay, so actually when I was pulling in, German and Venice was here, so I turned the camera off and we talked for a little bit, and now I'm over here, section K. If you come in from that side, this is the location, and then this is his location. It's over here by the fence line. Yeah, somebody told me about the headstone, so they don't actually have one right now. But I was telling them how disappointed I was because I was going to write him a letter when I found out where he lived, because I didn't actually look up where he lived because I didn't want to be, that guy. So, but when we found out before Christmas, and we went and looked at his decorations, I was actually going to send him a letter and tell him, thank you for just being him, making videos that we enjoy every day, and just doing something you love. So we really, really miss seeing videos, and just the fact that you don't ever want to see somebody pass away. All the people that affected it with, that he knew personally. It was really sad. I was pretty upset. My Christmas was rough. But hopefully a lot of people watch his videos and do good things like he always did. I know that's one of the things. I live for other people. I do a lot of things for other people, so I know Adam did too. I'll have to come back out here when they get the headstone and show you guys. So people wanted to see this location, and German in Venice was telling me that, you know, Adam would have been okay with making this video and coming out here and showing people where it's at, how to get here, how to pay their respects, and really appreciate everything that he did for this world. So very thankful. And here's my Crocs that I never wear. They were laughing because I never wear Crocs, but I had to wear them out today. So hopefully you guys get out here and you can see. It's really nice. It's still quiet out here. They've been building a lot in St. Cloud, especially on the other side, but over here is still pretty quiet. So and then I'll end it with the vlog is over.